time to start part 5. That's kind of a lie. That is kind of a lie. I'm actually just about to start chapter 2 of part 5. I was at work when I started part 5, and I wasn't gonna like film at work because that felt weird. But I just thought I'd be like, hello, I'm starting. I have to go run off to work now, which I don't want to do. I'm there pretty much all day today. But when I come home, I think I'm going to take a warm bath. I'm going to read. And I'm excited. I'm excited for part 5. Part 4 was much better than any other part of the book. So hopefully that trajectory continues. Welcome to the Teapot Reads. I'm the Teapot. This is what I'm currently reading. Can you see it? Anna Karenina, and I am so happy to see you today. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of my Anna Karenina reading vlog, so if you have not been watching, if this is your first time popping in, I really recommend going and watching the first 2, just because so much has happened. I'm not spoiling anything in this vlog, and I definitely won't be spoiling it the next vlog, part 4, but I do small spoilers in the first 2 vlogs, very tiny spoilers in the second vlog, like not even spoilers. You'll see I'm always very careful in mentioning them. But this is my reading vlog for parts 5 and 6 of Anna Karenina, and I'm so excited to start talking about it and reading it. I am actually already on chapter 12. I am enjoying part 5 a lot. It has started with some really light scenes. The book has so far been a massive tragedy. Obviously, it's Anna Karenina. It is a tragic story at its core, but the beginning of part 5 has had really bright, wonderful things happening for Levin, who I don't really care about, or I shouldn't say that, but I just don't care about him as much as Anna. And it's also had some really happy things, or happier things, happen for Anna, and it's really a nice turn. I know that this book is going to continue down the path and trajectory of a tragedy, but it's really nice to kind of have this change at the beginning of part 5. So yes, I did start it. I am really enjoying it. I can't wait to read more. Hopefully I'll have more time today. We will see. Hopefully. So this is like going into week 4 of reading this book, which is a really long time for me to spend with any one book. But hopefully I will be able to read parts 5 and 6 a lot quicker. It's a priority. It is a priority. That being said, I am actually meeting a friend later today. We're going to a spooky Halloween store. It's not just up during Halloween, it's up all year, but I've never been to it. It's like an hour away, but I'm still really excited. We're going to get dinner out there, I'm sure. Maybe do like other things around the town. It's supposed to be a really lovely town. I've never been to it. I'm not going to promise any vlogging, but maybe I might end up leaving early and going to a park out there. I'm not sure. It's really going to depend on how much work I get done here, because I do have to film at least 2 videos before I leave. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. This is my first day off this week, so I'm really going to be doing what I can to enjoy the day off. In that intro, let me just explain it. I'll probably explain it like with text, but if you're just listening to this vlog and you're not watching it. So I was outside filming myself reading and filming my dog, and my brother came out and was playing with the dog, which is great, which is fun, but he kept throwing the toy into the tree and ants kept landing on me, so I was like, stop doing that, and then he got mad and left. So that's kind of what happened. Anyway, And it actually looks like I came in, no, it is still blue sky. The clouds just made it look kind of gray for a minute. Other than that, I don't really have much else going on. Tomorrow Empire the Vampire releases in America, so I get to pick up my copies. I'm really excited. I just am thrilled. I cannot wait to have them in my hand. I don't know if my regular edition has arrived, but my Barnes & Noble edition arrived at work ages ago, so I just have to pick it up. And I think I have like multiple editions pre-ordered. I don't even remember how many editions I have pre-ordered at this point, but I don't know if I mentioned this in the other vlog, but my Dimmicks special edition, there's my Empire shelf. It arrived! Look at it, this is the Dimmicks edition. It arrived like very quickly. It's paperback, it's the only paperback edition I pre-ordered. Obvioush I have my art there. It's gorgeous, it's glorious. I did look at all the art. Oh, guys, if you're in the UK or Australia, maybe you've had a chance to read it. If you're in America, by the time this goes up, you'll have had the chance to read it, but it is so good. It is so good, and the art is gorgeous, and there are some things in there that I didn't think were going to have art pieces that do, and I'm just thrilled. I'm just thrilled. I cannot wait. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I have a couple things to film, and actually I can tell you, because this will be going up after them, I am going to be officially doing my reviews for Empire the Vampire, a spoiler one and a spoiler free one. I meant to have them up, I meant to have them recorded, but I think I mentioned in my last on a vlog, which I really do recommend watching them in order, just if you want the full picture of like where I am, because it's really like one really long extended vlog. But I have felt very drained. I felt it's very hard lately for me to do YouTube work. It is just hard for me to even sit down and write. I feel very drained. I feel like I'm riding burnout very closely, so I'm doing everything I can to avoid that. And that means not making myself feel guilty for not having posted my EOTV reviews yet, but I also do kind of feel bad because I did want to have them up for release day, but we're doing what we can. They will be up when they are up. It will probably still be the week of release, so I do feel good about that. And tomorrow I'm probably going to spend a lot of time editing. But like I said, we'll see. We'll also have to see like what time I leave today. If I want to go hang out at the park, that will also cut into if I do any editing. But this is where I leave you. If I get the chance, I will vlog some of my adventure today. If I don't get the chance, I will talk to you tomorrow. On Anna, but before I do, I wanted to show off this antiquarian sticker book I picked up at work today. It is so cool, like very creepy. Very cool. It's got just like a lot of pages, and in between the sticker pages is this design. And I'm just like absolutely loving it. I will be using these in my journal. I love them. They're so cool. I'm just like I'm gagged over them. They're just amazing. And they're like, some of them are like really creepy. Some of them are just very neat. Let me see if I can find a creepy one. There's one with like an elephant with like human legs. There, that one. See? I'm totally into this. This is really cool. But I am gonna film an update for Anna today, as well as just update on yesterday. I guess I can update you on yesterday real quick. It was, unfortunately, the store where we were going to go to was not open on Mondays, which neither of us thought to consider. But then we had a really good time just walking around, and we went to a restaurant out there and drove past a house that Al Capone used to use as a hideout. It was dark by that time, so we didn't really get a chance to see it, but it was still cool. So it was good. It was good yesterday. It was really good yesterday. So yes, I'm gonna read. I will actually probably film my update for Anna after dinner, I'm thinking. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off because I think it's really, really cool. And also, actually, may as well start showing off the different editions of EOTV which have been arriving. This is obviously my ARC. This is the Dimmix version. This is the regular UK edition, regular American, and then Barnes & Noble exclusive American. So they are arriving, and I'm thinking this was not enough space. Oops. Hi. It's Wednesday. Hi. Update, I guess, on Anna Karenina. I am just about to start chapter 20 of part 5, and I'm not going to spoil it, but chapter 20 is the only chapter so far that has had a chapter title. I'm a bit nervous about that. I'm going to record, I think, when I read it to try to catch the reactions. It's also one of the longer chapters, and I have a feeling it's going to be very dense and very heavy. I mean, the title is pretty heavy, and everything leading up to it has been pretty heavy, so I think that's probably a good guess. I'm more than, or I'm about halfway through. No, I'm more than halfway through part 5, which I didn't think I was reading part 5 this quickly, but apparently I am. So that feels good. That feels good. It feels like I am reading a lot more. I do want to film something today, and we'll see if I have the energy to edit. I need to talk with you guys and be real for a minute, though. I have felt like I have put pressure on myself to make videos. And while I really enjoy making videos, like this is a lot of fun, I enjoy the filming, the editing, the creating video ideas. I have a lot of fun doing all those things. But I've been getting stressed out about other things in life, and I've been insisting with myself that this has to come first, and it can't. Like, I have to take care of myself first. So there will probably be quite a slowdown in video production and content, which is a shame because I have a lot of videos I want to put up and things I want to talk about, and I'm excited to do these videos, but I just don't have the time or the energy that they deserve. So I'm sorry that it's going to be a slowdown in content, but it has to be for my own well-being. So I hope you understand and aren't too frustrated with it. But that being said, still chugging along with Anna, really enjoying it still. Part 5 has been really good. It's been a lot of light moments, so I really am pleased with that. I'm gonna film things before I even start reading again today, but I have to do some just behind the scenes work and some gathering myself, so I'm doing that, and I'm also watching the LuLaRoe documentary on Amazon. And, you know, I hate Amazon, but I really wanted to watch this, and my father has an account, so I'm just borrowing his account. I do hate Amazon. This is watching their content is the most support I'm willing to give. So I mean, maybe that makes me a hypocrite, but I am low-key obsessed with MLMs, and I have for a very long time been really invested in the LuLaRoe drama. For no personal reason, I just like to invest myself in interesting drama. So this is the official docu-series, and I'm like halfway through episode 1 and really enjoying it. But we're gonna cut to me just, I have to fill out some notebooks and like plan my day, and then I will film a video. Okay, two small updates. On chapter 23 now. So chapter 20 was was not heavy in the way I expected it to be, but it made me really frustrated with Levin because he was turning this huge event that, like, it affects him. It doesn't not affect him, but he basically internalized it all in a way that affected him, and I was like, you're not maybe the center of attention here, Levin, even though you pretend you are. And then the chapter ended with just this magnificent, like, tablecloth pullout, like, you know, the magician trick, and, like, you knew it was coming, it had to come, but the placement of it was just so just brilliant. Like, on a technical level, it was brilliant. Chapter 23, we're in some Alexei Alexandrovich parts, and it's making me sympathize with him even more. He might be my favorite character, which was unexpected. I kind of waffle with all of them, whether I like them or not. But right now, Alexei Alexandrovich probably is, but there are a couple really funny things. One, like, really shocking thing that happened in chapter 22 that Countess Lydia Ivanovna does. But then, like, later in that same chapter, like, at the very end, she's trying to help out and be helpful, but then basically Alexei Alexandrovich's valet is, like, actually doing all the helpful stuff, so I thought that was just funny. But that's just a little mini update. I'm gonna go back to reading. I did more reading yesterday than I have in a very long time. I almost read almost 50 whole pages. I read like 49 pages yesterday. I felt so good. And I did it in 2 major chunks, which was amazing. I'm really proud of myself. And I'm now on part 6. I'm on part 6 of Anna Karenina. I think that's the quickest I've read any of the parts in the book. Did not take me long at all. And I'm on, this is the 8th highlighter of the sort of golden yellow. Look at it. Sorry. I don't have much to say. Things definitely feel like they're coming to a head very quickly, and I am concerned. There was a lot of stuff with Anna's son. I'm probably gonna pronounce it incorrectly. Hold on, let me see if I can look at it on the pages. That'll help. Seryoja, her son. We get a lot of his perspective, actually, and I really enjoy his perspective. He's one of the only, like, pure innocent characters in this book, and I just feel so bad for him and the situation he's in. But I did actually like his perspective. I think it's it's biased, obviously, but as compared to the other characters, he's not biased by society or anything. It's just his emotions. So he's probably the most purely emotionally driven character, and I thought that was really interesting. So he's probably my favorite. Not hard, though, because there's so many scummy people in here. The other thing I just wanted to talk about is how religious it is. I It actually reminds me in some ways of Brideshead Revisited, which is what I read right before this, in that there is a lot of religious commentary and coming back to the church, or not really leaving the church. One of the major families, or the major family, I could say, in Brideshead is Catholic. Roman Catholic as compared to like Church of England and Protestant, which is a lot more common in England, especially at the time. But I think these are all, I think Catholic Orthodox is the primary religion of Russia during this time period. I could be totally wrong, but I think it is that. And there's a lot of just religious discussion and characters finding religion who were reticent to it. So we have Alexei Alexandrovich, who I think it's very funny. He has sort of found religion. And there's a comment where like he enjoys it because it gives him like power, or like the feeling of being better than people who aren't like not religious, but like he's a good person because of the religion, right? And he that makes him better than the people who aren't good people, basically, and that's why he likes it. I thought that was funny. And then Levin, sort of, I have a feeling he's gonna have a much more of a trajectory still to come. But he is, like, Kitty is religious, and he is sort of finding religion because of her. He has to sort of face it more directly than he wanted to before. I, as a reader, don't mind reading about this stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, a little bit tired, especially Levin. He's just so boring. It just feels like the characters are taking a very long time to make any decisions about this, which is realistic, but is also incredibly boring, in my opinion. Like, Brideshead did it in a really interesting way for me. This book is not doing that. I feel really bad for Anna. She is clearly being treated the way she is because she's a woman and not a man. You can just look at her and Vronsky's treatment by society at this point, and it is heartbreaking. I started trying to find some outside resources to supplement my reading because I feel like I'm missing a little bit from the book, or like I could be understanding it in a deeper level than even what I'm doing. So I have been trying to find outside resources. I started listening to Tipsy Tolstoy's episodes about Anna Karenina, and it's like fun to listen to, but it's not like that much deeper than how I was already reading it, although it has helped clarify a couple things, which I do like. And I was watching this video that was like common misconceptions about Anna Karenina, and it's like, this is not a story about a woman being mistreated by society. And it's like, yeah, it kind of is. Like, she is clearly the, like, if she were a man in this exact situation, she wouldn't be treated the way she is. It's because she's a woman. So that's my comment on that. But I'm going to start part 6. Probably read for like half an hour, and then I'm going to have lunch. And I'm just kind of chilling today. I did the writing I wanted to do, and I work later. And I don't think I mentioned this, so I should actually mention this. My brother, who I live with, has some COVID symptoms. He doesn't have a fever. He only has like 2 symptoms, so it's not super concerning. He took a test the day he thought he might have. He's not vaccinated. He doesn't want the vaccine. He took a test the day of and never got results, and we found out. I was like, well, how did, like, tell me what happened? And he's like, I think I did it wrong. I was like, well, how do you think he did it? And he definitely did it wrong. So that's probably why he's not getting results. And then he did do a send-away test. His work actually sent him one, so he's just waiting to hear about that. But like, I really need to know if he has it, because I need to let my work know if he has it. Right now, I don't have any symptoms. No one else in my family does. I'm doing my best to stay safe and healthy and all that. Hopefully he doesn't have it. Hopefully it's just a cold, because those are the symptoms he has. So it's probably fine. I just thought I'd update you, because I am constantly anxious about what's going to happen with that. It's probably going to be nothing. But I also don't know, like, if I don't have it, but someone in my household does, I probably have to stay home from work, which is not going to be fun. Hello, let's talk. Let's chat a little bit. Hi. It's Monday the 20th. It's Monday the 20th. I haven't been very good about updating this vlog, and I'm sorry about that. I have, like I said, been feeling burnt out. I have also just kind of forgotten. I don't forget a lot, but it happens. And that's just kind of what happened. So a couple things. I don't know exactly where I was last time we talked. I didn't check. But I am now on chapter 21 of part 6. A lot of part 6 is about Levin doing very boring things, but we're finally in the Anna chapters, and they are very interesting, and they have me engaged with the book again. This section, these last 2 sections, you know what, they've been good. Objectively, they've been very good, but because I felt burned out, because I haven't been able to pay attention to them, I haven't really had the chance to sit down and enjoy them. So today, my day off, I have really been trying to sit down and enjoy them. I have a lot of things I need to do, but I think I've just been feeling very much like I used to be able to sit down and read and enjoy reading and just do it freely. It was fun, it was relaxing, it was exciting. I never really worried about getting other things done because I knew I would get them done, and my responsibilities have changed, but it isn't like the quantity of them has gone up by so much that I don't have time to sit down and read and just enjoy reading. So I'm a little frustrated with myself that I've somehow gotten to this headspace where I can't just sit down and enjoy reading. And it's not just while reading Anna Karenina, it is while reading anything. I could be reading anything and I'd be feeling this way. So it's something I'm really trying to work on and deal with right now. There's like a goal. Like today, every time I sit down to read, I set a timer because I feel like weirdly anxious if I don't have a time limit set on reading. So I set a timer and I started with 15 minutes. And then the next time I sat down to read, it was 20 minutes. And the next time I sit down to read, it's going to be 25 minutes. And that's how I'm doing it. And the first 2 rounds, it has been really good. The other thing, before I start talking, I guess, about specific things, because I do want to talk about some specific things in the novel and my thoughts on them. The other couple things to get you up on. My whole body has just been very sore lately. I don't know if it's a bigger problem. I don't know what's going on. But it's just added to just general uncomfortableness in my life right now. I'm just sore constantly. I have a hard time sleeping. I'm having basic issues. I wake up and it hurts a little bit to walk or to sit up straight, and it wears off a little bit. Like I get used to it, but it's just been regular and discomforting. So that's just another thing that's been going on. There's no COVID in the house. I should update you there. There's no COVID, so we're good. Work's been good. Just been busy. Just been doing a lot. Figured out you can DoorDash from 7-Eleven, so I have some candy on its way to me, so that's exciting. I feel like there's more I wanted to talk about, but I've also had a lot of hard time vocalizing how I feel just in general lately, which is probably good why I haven't vlogged a lot. Oh, I know. I wanted to say there are 100 subscribers on this channel as of filming right now. My mind is blown. As bad of a time as I've been having lately, every time I think of that, I feel a little bit more on top of the world. So thank you, every single one of you. I cannot believe there are 100 people who are interested in hearing what I'm saying. Even if you're not watching every video, like, you subscribed because you thought I was interesting. Like, thank you. Hi. It's nice to see you. I'm really happy you're here in my little corner of the world. This is really cool. This is really exciting. Thanks. Hi. That was big. That was a really big moment. I know I haven't been posting a lot lately. It's because of this burnt outness. I have 2 videos that are ready to be edited, but every time I sit down to edit them, actually 3 videos, because I have the Anna vlog part 2 I haven't posted yet, and it's mostly edited. It's just not completely done. And every time I sit down to work on any of these videos, I feel tired. And editing was previously my favorite part of the YouTubing process, so that's really sad to me. Maybe today I will sit down. I'm going to try and sit down today and pound out a plan for posting, because I had a lot of good intentions, but I need to, take care of myself first, so it might be a little bit before I start posting every single video I thought I would. So that's a sad truth. And I'm sorry, because I hate to see it go to the wayside. I think that's everything. So let us talk about Anna Karenina, this novel. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I was listening to the Tipsy Tolstoy podcast episodes about Anna Karenina. I was considering listening ahead and going further than I had read. So I did all of part 6, even though I haven't finished reading part 6. And I don't mind the spoilers, but at the same time, it wasn't the same experience as it had been after I had read the section and then listened to it and listened to them talk about it. I felt a lot more fulfilled. I felt like I got a lot more out of it for having listened after I read the section. So I am not going to go ahead. I will just finish the book and then we'll listen to the final 2 sessions. I'm really enjoying it. It doesn't do it does a little bit of putting things into context, which I like, but it also makes me feel very... Hold on, I have DoorDash candy here. Let me get that. I was going to say it makes me feel very much part of this community and very much feel like I have accomplished something by reading this book, but let me go get my candy real quick. Here's what I got. I don't care if it's a waste of money. It brings me joy. Leaving the house today is stressful. I feel so much more like I am accomplishing something. Every book, when you finish reading it, is an accomplishment, I guess, but I feel it so much more acutely with this one because of how big it is, because of how long it's taken me. And just, this is a massive novel. It is a famous novel. It is a novel that, for as famous as it is, I don't know anyone else in my life who has read it, and I work at a bookstore. So, will I be bragging a little bit? Maybe. I might be bragging a little bit. Does it make me better than people who haven't read it? No, absolutely not. But it's an accomplishment. It's something I've achieved. And part of the burnt out feeling I have lately is that I feel like I haven't achieved anything. But I'm working on achieving something right now. I'm reading this novel and that does feel good. That does feel really good. I will say that feels really, really good. And listening to the podcast had just put it into perspective for me. And, they have some good points. They have some points that I'm like, you don't take this far enough. And they also don't talk very much about it, but it could be longer. I kind of want to hear them talk more about some of these things, but it's a short podcast. If you're interested, I totally recommend listening to it while you read. I also found a lecture by the translator here. I don't know if I talked about it, but the translator is Rosamund Bartlett, and this is the new translation, or the newer of the 2 Oxford World Classics translations. I've not really seen it talked up a lot, but I am really enjoying the translation. It feels very, I've not read the original text or any other versions, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to put too much there that isn't there in the original text. So I am really enjoying it. And I found a lecture, and I'm halfway through the lecture that I'm listening to on YouTube. I'll link it down below. It is Rosamund Bartlett talking about a little bit her experience translating, but also the other stories that are kind of going on in the background of Anna Karenina, the things that are affecting Tolstoy, and it's contextualizing a lot for me, and it is helping a lot. So I do think that as much as this book can be read without any exterior context, it has helped me a lot recently to listen to a lot of that exterior context. As for things in the novel lately, I am not spoiling anything, so I'm going to be very careful when I talk. But there is a lot with Levin, obviously. He takes up probably the biggest chunk in in part 6. He is, you know, home with his friends and family, and that is a very interesting dynamic. It's a different place we see Levin. He is annoying, but also I feel this chapter, this section, has brought him to be the most relatable out of all the sections we've seen him in, and also probably the most sympathetic, in my opinion. Also, this chapter doesn't have a lot of side characters. I mean, it has side characters, but it's like Levin, and then Dolly is the bridge, and then Anna. And I think this is the tightest section so far because of that, and I'm really, really, really enjoying that. I don't know if I talked about in section 5, but Seryozha, Anna's son, has a couple chapters dedicated to him, and they made me emotional. I think Seryozha is my favorite character, but he's also the very innocent character. I think I did talk about this because this sounds familiar to myself. There's this character, Vasenka. He's hilarious. He's so funny. He made me laugh so much. He's put me in just like a great mood. Vasenka is a great character. He's so like silly, but I don't think on purpose. I think also we see, I think for the first time, we see Vronsky through Dolly's point of view. If it's not the first time, it is the first time in a long time that we get to see him through Dolly's point of view, and it makes me like Vronsky a little bit more. I constantly have mixed feelings about him and most characters in this book, but Dolly is a rock. I love her, and seeing Vronsky through Dolly's point of view, I really like. I also, okay, this is a small, very tiny spoiler, but out of pettiness, Vronsky decides to build a hospital for peasants, and I'm like, this is great. I wish I was that kind of petty. I wish I could do that. But, yeah, Vronsky, way to go with your pettiness. But I think actually that might be all I'm saying right now. I'm gonna go read some more. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna go read some more. And actually I'm gonna go take my laundry out, which I can show you. I'm doing a lot of cleaning today. So we have like easy, no sheets. I'm cleaning all that. So I have to go take some out of the laundry, and I haven't cleaned it. This is going to be sad, a very sad fact. I haven't cleaned my sheets. Probably in a couple months. There's Tank. There's Tanky, good boy. Hi, honey. Oh, good baby. He came and woke me up this morning before I was ready to wake up. It's very sweet of him. He's a good boy. Other cleaning, I do want to try to vacuum my floor, because look at all this. This is dog hair. He sheds a lot. Okay, but I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go read, take out my laundry, read, and give Tinky some pets. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna probably put beef footage over this. Maybe not, maybe this is interesting. A really bad thing happened today. Might be a while before I get a chance to read Anna Karenina again. I have a scratch on my cornea. For the next 24 hours, I can't strain my eyes, so I can't read or watch anything. So I will be listening to a lot of audiobook. Probably small favors, although I will definitely talk about whatever I choose. And probably put myself on camera. I'm waiting to get my prescription. My mom has gone because she is very nice, and I very much appreciate that she's doing this for me, because my eye hurts a lot. So it hurts, right? It's not insurmountable pain. I have hurt worse than this. 100%, multiple times. You know, a lot of times cramps I get at my period hurt more than this hurts. However, I have a very hard time with eye stuff. I hate going to the eye doctor. I can't even take it, just like a bright light in my eye. Glasses even sometimes get me a bit. And this is an eye injury. So to say I am freaking out, oh, an understatement. I had full-on panic attacks at the immediate care unit because that's where I had to go. Immediate care. I had to leave work early today for it, which I feel really bad about. Like, I feel guilty about work on top of all of this. I mean, they've not made me feel guilty at all. I just feel guilty because it's me. And I would feel guilty about this. So I had to leave work early. I cannot work tomorrow. I need to go 24 hours without straining my eyes. I did tell my assistant store manager that I'm having panic attacks. Just thinking about given the antibiotics, which come in an eye drop form, is giving me panic attacks. So I will let her know before my shift on Saturday. Thank God off Friday, but I will let her know if I think I'm unable to work. And everyone has been very kind and accommodating. I just feel bad. But yeah, I keep having panic attacks. Just thinking about it is not going over well at all. So for the next 24 hours, I can't read. I can't watch TV. I do have audiobooks. I have Small Favors, the Aaron Craig book. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to listen to that. I'm probably going to listen to some Gilmore Girls, because Gilmore Girls is kind of like Star Trek, the OG, and that you don't have to really watch it. You can just listen to it. I have to take, there's a cleaning thing, like a rub of some sort that kind of goes on the bottom eyelid, that I'm not super worried about that one. I'm a little more like, okay, I think I can do that. I have to take an eye drop, an antibiotic, and I did opt to take an eye drop that will help with the pain. So that's good. That stuff is all good. And that I've agreed to it. But the actual act of doing it is making me have continuous panic attacks. And there's not much I can do about that. I just have to kind of deal with them. But that's the update. I guess I'm not doing well. That's the update. I'm doing poorly. I don't know when I'll finish Anna Karenina. Anyway, at this point I'm rambling, so I am sorry about that. I'm just not, doing... I am not feeling good, as Bo Burnham says. Alright, let me offer y'all an update. It is Friday. I think I'm going to call off of work tomorrow as well, because I just do not want to risk it. Yesterday was really rough. I don't want to talk too much about eye stuff, because I have to edit this, and I don't want to have to relive it in editing. Doing a little better. It's still very hard to take the medication, but I've mostly managed it. I don't think I'll be ready to go back to work tomorrow. I'm still very stressed about my eye. I'm always like on the edge of just like anxiety right now with my eye. So I know I'm going to call in like an hour or so and just be like, look, I'm so sorry, I cannot. However, yesterday was the 24 hours that I couldn't really read anything or look at screens. I'm still intensely worried I'm going to stress my eye out, though, so I am going to I'm going to continue to be careful, basically. Days I work, I don't think I'm going to do a lot of reading or a lot of extra screen time, because I just don't want to stress it out. I have been listening to an audiobook. I've been listening to Small Favors by Aaron Craig. It is so creepy. I loved House of Salt and Sorrows. That was creepy. This one is like full on scary. I was listening to it at night in the dark in my room, and I couldn't open my eyes because I'm trying to like not to stress my eye out, and I was like, holy crap, this is terrifying. So that's really quite good. However, today, every hour or so of resting my eye, I'm giving myself 10 minutes of time either on the screen or reading. So I have read 3 pages of Anna Karenina. I'm happy to be returning to it. Tomorrow, like my plan tomorrow is to do 20 minutes for every hour. And then the day after that, I'll probably be working, so I'll probably go back to 10 minutes for every hour outside of work. But then, like, days I'm not working, it's going to increase 10 minutes. So, like, the day after even that. So, like, Monday, I'll have worked, but I'll also do, like, 20 minutes per every hour. So that's just how I'll be doing it. Until I feel like I can do regular again. Because, yeah, it does stress me out. So I don't know when I'm going to be on camera again, because I'm not looking good. And also just, again, if my eye's not looking good, I don't want to have to edit my eye or footage with my eye, and it'll stress me out. I don't know when I'm going to finish editing the other videos I have up. I don't know when this is going up. Probably sooner than I originally thought, considering I'm just not ready to do any editing. I just know that I'll stress my eyes out. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a little bit, but I can't guarantee. Anyway, all this to just, I guess, catch you up. I read 3 more pages of Karenina. It's an incredibly boring section. It is 11 section, but he's not farming. He's at a election, and Vronsky is there. So actually, this is like love and Vronsky interaction, which we don't get a lot of, which is interesting. I am going to say that part is interesting, and I am almost done with the section. If I finish it, I will film a little outro. It will probably be stressful, but I'll do it. I think that's it for updates. This was definitely not how I saw this going, but that's it for updates for now. Some quick updates, because I have finished part 6 of Karenina, so I will be filming a wrap-up in a little bit, but I am running out of my allotted time that I give myself for straining my eyes, so I'm gonna do a couple quick updates. And I do want to still film the quotes that I pulled out of the book, as well as like my final update in wrap-up. I'm feeling better. I'm giving myself 20 minutes of eye straining activity, so like reading or looking at screens or going for a walk for every hour that I spend resting my eye. I do have D&D later. I'm going to pretty much just be listening, but I will be looking if I need to. So I'm just gonna be careful there. I finished listening to Small Favors by Aaron Craig. It was phenomenal. It was so creepy though. I wasn't expecting it to be so creepy, because House of Salt and Sorrows definitely had creepy moments, but was a fantasy novel first. Like, this is like a horror novel first, so it was terrifying. And I started listening to Winter Song by S.J. Jones, which is a book I've had for a while, and I can actually shift the camera up. Here we go. Winter Song by S.J. Jones. I've had this on my shelf pretty much since it came out and just never read it. Now that I'm listening to it though, it's very good. It's not like the best thing I've ever read, but it is so engaging. It's about a girl. It's kind of like a labyrinth-ish story. This girl, her sister, is taken by the Goblin King, and so our main character, Liesel, has to go rescue her sister. And there's a little bit of a romance. I'm really liking it. It's so good so far. I'm probably gonna hit the halfway point. I am working tomorrow. I am planning to go in like normal. Hopefully I am able to actually do it. It doesn't really hurt today, so that's good. I do have a bit of headache though, so I'm gonna have to be careful with that. Yeah. I'm going to take about an hour to relax my eye, and then when I am back, I will share with you all the quotes I have pulled out of part 6 and my thoughts on where part 6 ends, and wrap everything up. So this has definitely not been the way I planned on this vlog ending. Alright, quotes. What are the quotes I have pulled from this section? Well, I want to say I have a lot pulled, but I'm not sure. Let's see, we're doing this one-handed. Okay, the first one comes on page 591, so this is in chapter 11. If only one could lie down and go at the same time. I think... So the context of that is actually kind of not great, but because it's a Blonsky saying it, but I'm pretty sure I highlighted this quote just because I was like, that is such a mood and so relatable. Like, I wish I could be laying down and sleeping and doing nothing, but also being able to do a bunch of stuff sometimes. So I'm pretty sure that's why I pulled that quote. Then, yeah. Our next one comes in chapter 15. Or rather, I'm not expecting guests, and nothing has happened, but I must ask you to leave. You can interpret my discourtesy as you like. So actually this one, I don't want to spoil anything, but Levin has a guest over that he ends up basically being like, get the fuck out of here after a while. So actually I think the whole thing that I highlighted was, what has happened is that I'm expecting guests. Or rather, I'm not expecting guests, and nothing has happened, but I must ask you to leave. Like, again, kind of a savage line. Also, just, it made me laugh a lot, because I was like, this is hilarious. I wish I could get rid of unwanted guests and just be like, I have different guests coming. No, I'm sorry, that was a lie. Just leave. Like, I love that. That's awesome. I did skipped a couple. Okay. Hard to do this one-handed. Okay. From chapter 18. I have always loved you, and if you love someone, you love the whole person as they are and not as you would like them to be. Just, I thought it was another really wonderful quote about love. And this is actually coming from a non-romantic love point of view. This is like a sisterly love. And it's just a great moment, I think, for the two characters involved. This is also from chapter 18. I don't want to prove anything. I just want to live and do no harm to anyone but myself. I think that was very sad. That was Anna speaking. I don't think that's a spoiler. I thought that was really sad. And sums up her character very nicely at this point. She's a bit more paranoid than this, but like, I think that sums up kind of where her headspace has been. And I just thought it was beautiful and sad. And also does kind of reflect sometimes how I feel. Then we have from chapter 22. It is as if she screws her eyes up where her life is concerned so as not to see everything. Again, very sad. Again, about Anna. I really liked the imagery and this sort of extended bodily metaphor that has been... I mean, this is kind of like this phrase that wraps it all up, because Dolly is observing Anna doing this, and then she kind of realizes what's happening. And I really liked this character trait and this character description. Again, I don't know if I talked about it in this vlog, but I'm pretty sure I did in the first vlog. Tolstoy is just a master of showing character through movement and through action, and that is just like another example of that. So, chapter 25. She found it painful for these feelings to be stirred up, but she nevertheless knew that this was the best part of her soul, and that this part of her soul was rapidly being smothered in the life she was leading. Again, very sad. Again, about Anna. I realize now that a lot of these quotes are about Anna. But she was just very much the sort of most interesting part of the section. Again, she often is. But that's just another tragic one. And then our final one is from chapter 31. He himself felt that, with the exception of the demented gentleman married to Kitty Sherivaska, who had with ridiculous bile subjected him to a stream of errant nonsense, apropos de bottes, every nobleman with whom he had become acquainted was now his ally. And the reason I pulled this was, yes, it's a dig at Levin, but mostly the part that, with the exception of the demented gentleman. I laughed so hard. And I just read this yesterday, reading slowly. It was so funny. It was such a light. I loved that. I thought it was hilarious. So, those are the quotes I pulled from this section. Where did we leave off? I promise you'll see my face again before this vlog is over. This isn't the full wrap up, but this section definitely leaves us off with, I think, the most tragic and low point we've seen for Anna, which is hard because I don't think I like her as a person, but I like her as a character, and I feel that way about a lot of the characters. I don't like them as people, but I like them a lot as characters. And it's sad to leave Anna off where we leave her off. You know, she's in a very, very bleak place, and yeah, I'm concerned for her moving forward. But I'm gonna go. I'll do my wrap up in a bit, and you'll get to see my face because it's finally not looking terrible. My eye was swollen a little bit earlier, but it has gone down. But yeah, like I said, I'm only reading for like maybe 20 minutes a day right now of this book, and that's actually made me cherish the book quite a bit more than I was otherwise. This is maybe a weird little angle, so apologies. Also, apologies to editing me, because I'm probably going to regret filming this angle. I want to wrap up Anna Karenina part 7. No, part 6. I haven't started part 7 or 8 yet. It has actually been a day since I last talked to you, but I haven't had any time to spare for reading because I'm still being very careful with my eye. A final update on my eye: it seems to be healing, it seems to be going well. I hope that this trajectory continues. Yesterday I did work, and more than anything else, it just kind of felt tired quicker, but it felt fine. It felt good. It didn't hurt. I did have a headache, but that's okay. I work again today, so we'll see how that goes. It's a slightly longer shift. But hopefully, so I guess I should share real quick. I am going to be basically treating my eye carefully until the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going on a little weekend trip with my mom and my grandmother, and I will be sharing that in the next Anna Karenina reading vlog, so you can definitely be looking forward to that. I'm really excited. But that means we'll also be carrying Anna into October, which I did not plan or expect to do. I really thought I would be done with it by now. I'm not. I've still got a lot. But until then, I'm really not going to strain my eye on it, and I may not actually start it until then. We'll see how I'm feeling. Today, I am going to be giving myself 20 minutes for every hour, basically, not counting working time. So, like when I get home from work, I'm going to set a timer for an hour where I try not to stress my eye or strain my eye or anything. And then at the end of the hour, I'll have 20 minutes and decide if I want to read or do something else. I do want to edit because I have some videos I want to post, but I don't 100% know if I'll be able to. I think that would probably be what I would like to do, but we'll see. Before I give you my final thoughts on Anna Part 6, I am still reading Winter Song. I think I told you I finished Small Favors. So my next audiobook I picked up is Winter Song. And yes, I do have a physical copy. I have had this book on my shelf. I have the original receipt in it since 2017. So I'm about there. So I am nearly done with it. I do kind of plan on finishing this today, and I'm going to immediately be picking up the audiobook of book 2, which I don't own a physical copy of, and the hardcovers are out of print, so I'm working on getting that, but really enjoying it. If I had read this book when I was younger, like in high school, like when I had bought it originally, I would have been absolutely feral for this book. It is so good. It is sort of an homage to Labyrinth, the movie. This girl goes into the underground to rescue her sister, and like goes up against the Goblin King, but there is just this fantastic romance, and I really like the character Elizabeth. I just, oh my god, it's so very good. I am just constantly falling in love with this book. Definitely going to be one of my favorite books I've read this year, which was very surprising. I regret not having read it sooner. And it's making me look at a lot of the books on my shelf that I've had for a while a little like differently. I'm like, okay, well, I've had you for ages, I should give you a try. But after Winter Song, I will be listening to Shadow Song. And hopefully by the end of Shadow Song, I will feel like my eye is healed enough that I can go back to reading mostly Anna. So, Anna. We end part 6 of Anna Karenina with our titular character in a very sad place. I'm not going to say why or what, just that she is really hitting the peak of tragedy, I think. And it's sad to have been with her this entire novel and the struggles and the trials and tribulations, especially with her relationships, and to see it coming to this. That's very sad. It is actually hard to read because of that. The rest of the characters, Levin continues to be a little boring. He kind of drops off. The first half of part 6 is really dedicated to him, but the second part of part 6, he's there, and he's an important part, and I think his perspective in the second part with the elections and everything is really interesting and important, because especially when you juxtapose it to Vronsky's point of view that we get of similar scenes, I think it's really interesting to put Levin there. That being said, he's, pretty at like a net positive, I guess, location, whereas Anna is at a very net negative, and I have a feeling the rest of the novel is going to watch Anna's well-being continue to decrease and Levin's continue to increase, which is very sad to me, because of the two, I prefer Anna. I don't know if I'm sympathetic to her. She's a very hard character to be sympathetic for, and I think I've talked about this in previous vlogs, but I have a hard time sympathizing with any characters who cheat on their partners. I know she has sort of extraneous circumstances and she wasn't like in love with him, but he also wasn't like hurting her, and she wasn't necessarily trying to get away from him. She was just trying to be with someone else. So I don't know, I just have complicated feelings about that, especially regarding the fact that she's like refusing to get a divorce for a lot of it, even though Arkadievich has been like, yeah, basically just ask and I'll grant it. So that's also really a struggle to kind of like her. But that being said, I definitely enjoy reading her a lot more than I enjoy reading Levin. Probably more than I enjoy any other character. Even Kitty, who's probably my favorite character just because she's the easiest to like. I think Anna is the one I prefer to read from. If I was given a choice between Kitty and Anna, it's definitely Anna's story I would like to keep returning to. So that's another hope for the next 2 parts. Hopefully we get a lot more Anna, and she's not just shunted to the corner. But yes, that's my thoughts on part 6. Like I said, I really thought I'd be done with this book by now. It's definitely taken me a lot longer than I had planned or assumed. And I've also gone through a lot more highlighters than I had thought I would. I think I'm on highlighter number 9. Yeah, I'm on highlighter number 9. But this is where I leave you. I will be starting my next vlog basically as soon as I'm ready to start Anna again. Maybe a little before I start it, but I really want to return to it like ASAP, because I am really enjoying it. It is good. I want to feel accomplished and finish it, and my eye injury, I think being able to return to it and read freely again will sort of help me feel like my eye injury is in the past. So that's also like another like positive of like sign of being able to return to it. And then, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to read after Anna Karenina. That's something for the next vlog to talk about, but I just do not know what I'm going to read when I finish this hulking beast. Not another classic. I can't do another classic. No. But, like I said, this is where I leave you. I hope that if you're somewhere warm, you are staying comfortable, and if you're somewhere cold, you are staying warm. But most of all, I hope you are reading a great book. I will see you guys next time. Bye.